let's talk about let's talk about organic soil and vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is earthworm farming and composting your own rich organic soil, which is earthworm castings. And from plant plant waste, clean plant waste, be it your food scraps, your compost, your rabbit manure, anything that's not really hot that the worms can eat and turn into some of the top three best organic fertilizer known to man, worm castings, that are full of beneficial microorganisms that pass through the worm's gut and out the worm in the form of worm castings. Lithe, rich, good smelling, dark black organic soil. And I've been making it for years with my earthworm forms, and I'm always evolving when it comes to my earthworm forms, as you can see. In this earthworm form, I use two types of earthworms. I use red wriggler composting worms, and I use African night crawlers, the big boys. They get about 8 inches. In this bed, I have African night crawlers. I just added some water. I just checked them. They've settled down for the last hour, so I'm not going to disturb them. So, I'm not gonna pull them up out the substrate here that I have, which is threaded cardboard from Amazon boxes. A little bit of used coffee grounds, a little bit of clean leaves, and that's it. And the food, I use a mix of 70% threaded cardboard and 30% leaves that I've harvested from a clean site. Used coffee grounds, crushed eggshells, and whatever my leftover plant waste is, I put it in my worm farms. From juicing, I'm juicing now, so they get a lot of juicing waste from my juicing. My different blends of juicing from cucumbers, carrots, tomatoes, celery, moringa. They get all that. Whatever, pineapple, whatever I'm juicing, they get all that. And I save that leftover waste and I freeze it, and then I feed it to my earthworm bins. As you can see here, you're wondering, look at that. He has LED lights on his worm farms. I do that with my African night crawlers. I'm putting these lights on all my worm farms because some species of worms are not the same. African night crawlers like to run, meaning that they like to climb up the sides every once in a while. So earthworms don't like light. So what I've done is I found these LED lights on sale on Amazon for $5. I bought a ton of them, and they only run they run on 5 watts. And I plug them up to one of my little power banks, and then I just turn the lights on, and this keeps my earthworms from running when I add my water in here. Every once in a while they like to run, and I can control. Look at that. I can turn them up. Look at that. And I can turn them down. Isn't that awesome? And the worms, they'll stay under the substrate because worms don't like light. They have a high sense of light. So it's something that I added to my earthworm farms, and it's working great. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add some crushed eggshells. If I can get it open here with one hand. Well, I grind my eggshells up. I don't crush them. I grind them into a fine powder, and I add these eggshells to my farms. Earthworms need calcium, and they need grit. So I take that and I just spread it out all through the bin. I do that with my coffee grounds too. They need that grit because they have a crop to help crush the food up, and they need the calcium. They need that. You know, so keep them healthy and strong. Just like that. That's all you have to do. This is where all the food is. I don't know if you can see some earthworms in there. Probably not. They're all underneath here. Believe me, there's thousands of them under here probably eating all that good food in there. This is a feeding bin that I have. Spread it out just like that. You know, I don't waste anything. Use crushed eggs, ground up eggshells, feed them to your earthworms. So this is how I do my earthworm farms now. So until next time.